Hi guys, welcome back to a new episode of Canto Be Like, a Cantonese and English bilingual podcast helping you to learn Cantonese and Hong Kong culture. I'm your host, Venus. For those of you that are listening on Spotify, you might have noticed that there is a little something new in the feed or the main page of the podcast. So for some miraculous reason, I finally figured out how to show our premium content, Hong Kong Dispatch, on Spotify. And it's actually via Patreon. So people who have a Patreon account can subscribe to our premium content now there and listen on Spotify. So yay! A few words about our premium content, Hong Kong Dispatch. It's something I started in August, but sort of forgot about and didn't really focus on. I mean, I am a relatively new content creator. I have a lot of self-doubt. I wasn't sure if my content were valuable enough to actually ask for people for monetary support, financial support. But I decided in the last quarter of 2025 to give the monetization thing some serious thoughts. I mean, at first I was a bit weirded out by the idea of asking people for money. I mean, it kind of makes sense in a way because I've been paying for podcast hosting service, I have invested in equipment, and it would be nice to have some support. And also I see it as a way of community building and prioritizing my time and effort. It's also a way to allow people who are really invested and genuinely love this podcast a chance to support the production and operation, and in return I can offer them something even more in-depth and of value. So that's how I see it. By that, I'm not saying I will stop producing free content for people, because I do love doing the podcast for everyone, and I understand that not everyone can afford a subscription or in their circumstances in life to prioritize a podcast subscription over something else. I completely understand. I am not a person who are good at having difficult conversation, or in this case, difficult announcement. So, alright, this episode we are actually going to talk about language learning. This is actually requested multiple times from the listeners. And for those of you that don't know, I have a blog and I also have a YouTube channel on language learning. My blog is more of a mixed bag. So I write about science communication, I write about culture, I write about all sorts of things in life. And my YouTube channel mainly focuses on culture and language. So I've actually done a few videos on language learning. And one is more general, one is more specific to learning English. But I will draw some inspiration from the content I've created and do an episode of how to learn language, in particular Cantonese, for you all today. I will talk mostly in Cantonese, and as I've already written enough about this topic in English, I will link my YouTube video and the blog post in the comment section for your reference. But yeah, so let's talk about language learning in Cantonese today. 咁好啦，我哋而家轉返台講廣東話。我知道好多聽眾其實都係 ABC、CBC、BBC 一啲廣東話同埋英文同時係母語嘅人啦，即係 bilingual 嘅人啦。你哋去學廣東話其實會同一個 由頭學起，一個外國人由頭學起好唔一樣，因為你哋由 BB 仔開始已經係屋企人同你講廣東話，咁你就其實係一個母語環境咁樣長大，你唔係真係要擺好多心機去學呢個語言，你 you were born with it so to speak。 但係咧我明白，因為你哋唔係喺一個社會環境，可能你哋屋企嘅環境係有啦，或者你可能去 Saturday Chinese School 你有學中文啦，但係你哋面臨嘅困境同埋難題咧，係同困境 is like predicament， 難題 is like a dilemma, something very hard to solve， 係同一般語言學習嘅學廣東話嘅人係好唔一樣嘅，所以我會專門出翻一期，可能擺喺 Hong Kong Dispatch 同大家分析下究竟可以點樣去精進你嘅廣東話。我精進 is like advance to make it more precise to make it better， 即係去令到你聽落更加似一個 native 咯。因為好多時候，譬如我表哥佢哋 ABCs 啊，講廣東話咧係人哋一聽已經知你係竹升仔，竹升仔就係 ABCs 啊，但係好多老人家叫你哋叫你 heritage speaker 或者喺外國大嘅香港人咧就做竹升啦。咁我之前都有解釋過係竹升仔半唐番咁呢啲字啦。咁好多時就係可能有一啲 slang 啦，或者有啲 modern 啲嘅用字，我哋有啲潮語啦 ，slang 即係潮語啊，或者言語啦 idioms 啦，或者四字成語啦，你哋可能就唔識，或者講嘅嘢嘅 context 又係同一個香港人好唔同，咁呢啲小嘅嘢就會令到大家知道，咦，原來呢個人唔係本地人，佢係可能佢廣東話好流利，但係佢聽落好似就唔係 local 咁樣，係啦。咁我哋如果就住呢個問題，亦都可以出多啲 content 去睇下點樣幫到你哋更加自然流暢咁講廣東話。咁今日呢，我想講嘅其實係比較 general 嘅，去學一個語言嘅一啲步驟或者一啲方法嘅。咁我主要一係今日就講個好多 polyglot， 即係好多識講好多種語言嘅人都會用嘅方法，就係叫 grammar mapping 啦。即係佢哋學一個語言，佢唔係少少逐忽咁學，佢係一開始佢可能就去了解成個語言嘅語法 grammar 個 framework 個架構係點。咁呢個叫 grammar mapping 啦，咁我哋會陣間再詳細講啦，呢個第一樣嘢。咁咩係 grammar mapping 呢？咁譬如我自己本身我母語係廣東話啊嘛，咁其實我係去到12-13歲，我去英國之後，我先真正咁樣係英文變得好，同埋去到一個程度，我係可以同人哋有一個 meaningful 嘅 conversation 咯，即係我係可以交流到嘅。因為之前嗰啲我就係textbook English 咯，即係我知我 I 之後要配 am，she 之後要配 is， 但我唔係好知點解咯。同埋我有一樣嘢咧，係好多中文母語嘅人做唔到一件事，就係 conjugation。咩 conjugation 咧？即係 she goes, she went, he goes, they go。即係譬如你 plural 眾數嘅時候，你要你就係個 root form 嘅啫，你要 infinitive form 嘅啫，即係譬如 go 啦、eat 啦、to be 啦咁樣啦 ，to go to eat to be 嗰啲啦，即係 infinitive form 啦。咁咧，我哋中文咧係冇 conjugation 呢件事嘅，即係我唔使譬如she 嘅時候我要 eat 啦，我要加個 s 喺後面啦，呢啲係冇嘅。即係我唔會因為佢係一個女人，或者佢係一個男人，或者佢係有3個人，我去改變食呢個字嘅尾嘅，係中文係冇呢樣嘢噶嘛。所以 that's why 我學 英文或者歐洲語言嘅時候，我好 struggle 嘅一個位，就係呢啲我本身母語冇嘅嘢咯，係啦。咁所以如果你 come from 一個英文係你嘅主要語言，或者其他歐洲語言 French 啦、German 啦，我唔知你講邊個 language， 但好多時可能係一個 European language 啦。咁你可能要注意嘅位呢，你就要去 find out 啦。咁有咩係你嘅語言有，但係中文冇呢？咁呢啲位呢，就將會係你學中文最難嘅地方啦。咁 grammar mapping 呢，而家就簡單咗好多噶啦，因為你去 DeepSeek 咧，你可能你或者 ChatGPT 啦 ，depending on where you are 啦，咩 AI 你用咩 AI 啦 ，Gemini 又好啦，咁你就可以去問佢，我嘅母語係呢個 language 啦，呢個語言，咁我去學廣東話或者中文嘅時候，我要留意嘅 grammar 係有咩地方我要特別留意 ，Where should I pay particular attention， 特別留意。咁呢，我第一樣諗到嘅嘢呢，就係量詞。咁咩係量詞呢？即係譬如 a bottle of water，a cup of tea，a basket of eggs。咁 basket、cup、bottle 呢啲就係量詞啦。但係譬如你想講一個人 one person， 兩隻貓 two cats， 三本書3 books， 一部車或者一架車啦，你會發現原來英文係冇呢啲量詞嘅，佢係 omit 咗嘅，係冇咗呢啲嘢嘅。英文你就係會個數詞再加名詞啫，即係 a person。但係中文係數詞、量詞加名詞，一個人，係啦。咁你係冇呢啲嘢嘅，所以你要記得每一個 noun， 每一個名詞，即係人係配咩量詞呢？貓係配咩量詞呢？書係配咩量詞呢？咁呢啲位你就需要去學啦，你就要需要去特別去注意咯，你去做 practice 咯。因為佢仲要最慘嘅係呢，每個中文嘅方言啦，即係每個 dialect 啊方言啊，都唔係好一樣嘅。因為 Mandarin 呢 a horse is 一匹馬。一匹馬，但係喺廣東話係一隻馬，一匹馬都得嘅，係啦。但係佢會有啲唔同咯，而你係冇一個絕對嘅規律嘅，所以你要每一個去記同埋去熟悉佢咯。咁你就要可能好似一啲 collocation 咁樣，一啲 fixed expression 咁樣去學啦。咁即係佢係一個固定配搭啦。咁你學書嘅時候，你就記得係一本書；學狗嘅時候，就記得係一隻狗。A book 一本書，a dog 一隻狗，咁樣去學咯。同埋可能有啲 sentence structure， 有啲語序係唔一樣咯。咁呢個又係一個伏位嚟嘅，伏即係 it's like a pitfall， easy a very common mistake， 有啲伏啦。咁中文呢，譬如我聽日去公園啦，但係英文係I will go to the park tomorrow。咁 tomorrow 呢個 temporal 嘅字呢，佢係喺最尾嘅，但係中文呢，係喺我後面嘅，係喺個主語後面嘅。咁呢個係冇一個 formula 你可以學咯，但係可能你要留意係可能中文係中意時間、地點、方式加動詞，英文係主語、動詞、方式、地點再加時間。咁我覺得係要慢慢熟悉嘅一個點咯。同埋仲有一樣嘢係因為中英文佢嘅文法好唔一樣，因為我哋係兩個好唔同嘅語系啦。We came from two very different linguistic family trees。咁英文或者 European languages 咧，咁有好多 conjugation 啊，好多 tenses 啦，但係你係好難有一個 one-to-one mapping 咁樣去 map 你呢個 tense， 譬如 present tense、past tense、future tense， 我點樣啦去做到嘅。咁 可能你係每一個中文嘅時態呢，你都要去用好多 examples 去 drill 咯，去明白咯。因為我細個學英文嘅時候係真係用咗好耐，我先 understand 究竟點解我用 past tense 咯。Like for example 啦，我想講 I went to the school yesterday， 我就會成日講 I go to the school yesterday。因為對我嚟講，如果我講咗 yesterday 啦，係中文，我都講咗我係 yesterday 去嘅，咁一定係 past tense 啦，定係琴日啦。咁點解我仲要 conjugate 我個 verb 呢？咁我就唔明呢樣嘢啦。所以我估好多人學中文對我去咗，琴日去咗，我琴日去咗呢件事個咗字係會覺得好難咯。因為佢用嘅方式有好多，佢唔係你加咗個咗字就代表佢係完成咗呢樣嘢，佢可以係落咗雨啦，係由冇落雨去咗落雨啦。我聽日放咗工就去揾你啦，但係我呢個係我聽日放咗喎，係我when I will have gotten off work, I will go find you。 係啦，但係我都係用咗嘅啫。You see what I mean？ 即係 it's not a one-to-one relationship. It's a whole new way of thinking. So having an awareness of that from the beginning will help you learn Cantonese and Chinese. 其實仲有更多嘅例子啦 examples 啦，但係 on top of my head 我諗到嘅暫時得咁多咯，即係我覺得最明顯嘅就係量詞啦，我哋係個動詞係唔會有 conjugation 啦，唔會有 tenses 嘅變化啦，唔會因為 plural 啊或者佢嘅 gender 而產生變化啦，同埋仲有咩？同埋個 sentence structure 唔同咯，所以我個 advice 就係你唔好用英文嚟去揾中文嘅對應結構同埋規則咯，你要將佢當一個全新嘅 operating system 噶啦，因為實在太唔同啦，唔係好似你用英文學西班牙文、英文學法文咁樣，你可以試，你可以估，你可以做一個 rough translation。It doesn't work like that。因為我以前細個就係用中文諗嘢譯做英文咧，聽到好奇怪嘅，即係我講啲英文係好奇怪，你唔會覺得係自然啦，你唔會覺得係，甚至啲人係聽唔明嘅，你唔會 work 咯。如果你淨係翻譯用英文翻譯做中文 ，people won't understand。So you kind of have to take it as something brand new。我覺得係一個對於個大腦嚟講係一個好好嘅練習嚟嘅，因為你有兩個唔同嘅 system， 你有兩個唔同嘅 pattern 咯。咁喺開始嘅時候會好難咯，但係當你慢慢掌握到明白多啲嘅時候，你個成功感會好大咯。所以唔好放棄，加油。咁 grammar mapping 咧，我就 suggest 係可能喺你學一門語言頭10個鐘，你就可以用呢啲時間去熟悉呢個新語言嘅難嘅地方啦，無論係廣東話又好，或者其他語言又好啦。咁之後呢，下一步就係去大量咁輸入啦，即係 a lot of input to read and to write。咁中文就難啲嘅，如果你想 to read， 因為個 character 好難啦。但係我覺得可以用中文，反而你就可以開始聽多啲啦，或者去用粵拼啊或者拼音先啦，咁你就唔使去擔心點寫呢個字先啦。但係我知有好多 heritage speaker 或者去 advanced 啲嘅 learner 都係會想學埋個 script 嘅，即係學埋點樣去睇呢個字啦。咁之後我可以再揾少少material 去suggest 俾你哋啦。咁呢個容後再議啦。 咁 once 你有一定嘅 input 啦，你有一定嘅 expression 同埋 understanding 咧，咁就會需要 output 啦。咁可以係譬如 shadowing 啊、imitation 啊，如果你冇一個 tutor 你自學嘅話啦，咁或者你去有一個 material 啦，咁你去用新學嘅 sentence structure 再去 produce 一篇新嘅文字出嚟啊，又得啦。咁有好多唔同嘅方法嘅，咁我哋就將會喺下一集嘅 Hong Kong Dispatch 度繼續去詳細講解啦。So if you want to hear more about the language learning tips, in particular for beginner to upper intermediate, then you can subscribe to Hong Kong Dispatch and listen to the next episode. So thank you for listening to another free episode of Canto Be Like. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing, leaving us a positive review, or sharing it to another person who you think would also enjoy our content. And if you want to give your support even more, please consider supporting us by subscribing to our paid content, Hong Kong Dispatch. And yeah, thanks again, and I hope you a pleasant week. See you next week. Take care. Bye.